All right. See you later, Dad. All right. Bye, Dad. Bye, Dad. All right. Oh, good evening, everyone. All right. Today's sunset. Set 7:44 p.m. 6:45 a.m. 5:45 a.m. in standard time. Yeah, wait. Where will be in a few minutes. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Mm, mm. There we go. We are connected. We are now on LTE. So this is actually the first weekend back. So normally the overtimes do not start right away. So we should expect that this is probably going to be the last night. So one of the last few Saturdays we're going to be able to enjoy it before the permits expire. I think I forget toward fall. And then we start moving toward fall. We finally start. Sorry I haven't done a live stream like this in a little while. Last weekend I went to London and I ended up doing a video out there instead. So we ended up getting a time lapse video instead. I was gonna do it on another day, but I didn't have the time. So we had to. We were gonna do it Monday, but this is gonna be kind of one of the last few months I might be able to do this for a little while. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Elaine. How are you?
Doing good.
How's your day?
My day's going good,
Yeah.
and I just had dinner.
What did you have?
I had pork chops.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah. Today, yeah, it's September.
You know what it is. Spooky season.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather is starting to get cooler out now.
Yeah.
So we are now falling below average. Yeah. We are, it's getting cold. And
Yeah, how's your day?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I've been out a lot. Turn back. Turn back. Yeah. So, how's Nora been?
Nora's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nora's doing good. She's talking with Aki.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Yeah. How's your day? Yeah, I'm ready to ask you time.
Yeah. It's really nice to see those two reunited after 3 years.
Yeah, you gone since on my birthday.
Yeah,
You promised me you're gonna come August 15, but you didn't.
yeah, I was just busy and I had some things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
was
believe it?
getting ready
Can
to
you,
go to the C, and I was
Dylan?
getting ready to go to the C&E on that Sunday.
For what?
No on some of the rides.
Are you?
I did. I did. I did 2 weeks ago.
Are you gonna go again?
No, it's closed now. It's past
Oh,
Labor Day.
Labor Day is already finished.
Yeah, the C&E's closed. Closes after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So we're out of season for it.
Do you think they're gonna do
And
haunted? Do you think they're gonna do haunted house?
probably not.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see what happens for this upcoming 2026. Cause yeah, there's that
Yeah.
really, there's
Are
that really good potential that I might be having a job by next summer.
good for you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
Yeah, had to be working with seasonally pretty much.
Good news, Dylan.
But what?
I'm gonna be in school next week.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm starting a new school next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nora was telling me yesterday she's not happy.
Yeah.
No, because
He
of
really misses.
Dumbarton.
Yeah. It's really hard. Cause he and I
Yeah.
used to be. We used to see her at Pine Ridge like all the time.
Yeah, the Pine Ridge. She loves Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
Nora, if you ask Nora to do do you tell her everything what's your favorite stuff? She will say it.
Yeah.
And now she's talking with Akif and Alexis.
Yeah. But Alexis is not there. But Alexis left last year.
Alexis?
Yeah, Alexis, like, remember, he's 21.
What I'm saying. Yeah, Alexis did left. You still
Yeah.
have Akif.
He's,
When is Star Fox run?
I think it's tomorrow for the city. No, it's not. It's not tomorrow, but next weekend for the city.
You remember we did do you remember Punish we did Star Fox run?
Yeah,
What's good memory?
I have good memories of that too, and I used to help.
I still have my Star Fox shirt from last year of school year.
Yeah, I used to help. People mind Muhammad. I used to help with them a lot.
You did?
Yeah,
Good. To help them with what?
with the Harry Fox run,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was one of the. I was at one of their stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Dylan, are you gonna come watch are you gonna come and watch Christmas parade?
wait, what?
Are you gonna come watch Christmas parade this year?
Yes, November 22nd, and it will.
My
I will.
mom's gonna drop us, me and Nora, so we can watch Christmas Santa parade. If you want to come join us.
Well, we'll see because I might be a little bit farther up the road from you guys.
Yeah, I'm going to Canada. I'm going to Toronto next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing school over there.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that, Muhammad, about this whole parade thing.
Santa
I might not,
parade.
but I may not be standing where you guys are.
Maybe
I will be going.
hi.
Yeah, but we'll have to stream with some fellow YouTubers. And there's actually some fellow
Dylan, I have
YouTubers.
a question. Who's your favorite YouTuber?
And Mr. Nuggets.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm gonna be streaming with some like local YouTubers, like local YouTubers that live in the Pickering area.
Dylan? Are you gonna dress up for Halloween?
I don't know. Halloween is definitely around the corner, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
see.
Muhammad, it was nice to have you on tonight.
You're welcome.
Well, I have to let you go, and
You wanna see my
oh,
face? I can show you my face. I'm gonna show
okay,
you. What happened?
yeah. Oh wow.
Yep. That's why I don't like to show people my face.
Yeah.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Muhammad.
How was Jaden? Oh yeah, you don't see him
Hey.
anymore. Correct.
No, I haven't seen him in over years because I've been at the store. I don't really work in the mall anymore.
Yeah, before you did, you always work Shop and Job Mark. I know it.
Yeah, not really anymore, and I haven't had a job in about over a year.
Are you working this summer?
We'll see about that. Like, I'll have to think about that. I was away during this past summer when I went to Nova Scotia, but I'll be back. I'll be still live streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Muhammad, I will have to let you go here, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you can join next weekend.
I hope. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
All right. See you later, Muhammad.
I'm going to Kenneth Wonderland this weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Him. I just hit him. So I just hit him. So well, I'm gonna be. For most of you guys that don't know, I don't know what's gonna happen this upcoming summer, but next summer, I really don't think I might be doing. I don't know for certain if we're gonna be able to do this next summer because we're gonna be able to do what we did this past summer where we walked through the Snake Hill area because there's a really good possibility, and there is a possibility here that I could be working potentially here come next year. Yeah, I could be working here, and this could be potentially be a landing slot. Heinrich could be one of those landing slots. And Heinrich Secondary School might be on my landing. There are a couple camps I'm considering. It's probably not going to be yet, if that's the case. But probably not yet. Certainly. I kind of want to go, but without yet. Which Kendall rapidly decides, unless they rapidly decide to scoop me up. For the most part, my thinking is probably just to stay within the Pioneer area. I am wanting to choose a venture camp because it runs out of here, and I know people. And I actually know a lot of people. And I actually know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who run out here. Because I know a lot of people here. Because I actually know people out here. I think if the only way if I ever want to come up here and still be able to come up here and do some things, one would be I can't do the walks. The one option being which unfortunately was the camp that I went to, or some of the camps up here. The one at my former high school. I went to their my old high school to be the location of that, to be where I can be here. Because that would be a potential landing spot for me if I wanted to get camp counselor. if I wanted to be a camp counselor, or where this might be a potential camp, I want to choose a landing spot here for me. Because yeah, surely this isn't feasible with it anymore. But this camp's reputation has definitely took a bit of a tumble in recent years. The action's been kind of meandering in recent years. I might try and converge with that lady. I'm gonna try and find. I'm gonna go walk down and find them. To see the lady out here. I might have to go and find her. Emma. Emma might have already given a head start on the walk. I'm gonna have to try and link up with them at some point. Try and link up with them. I'm gonna see if I can link up with them at some link up with them. They came out a little late. And they came out a little earlier, and I think I'm gonna try and find them and hatch them. Find hatch them. Found ya. I am gonna be talking about coming up here more when I come to this summer and Emma, her mom. I see that her car is here. I can see that her car is here. I'm gonna try to see if I can catch them. I wonder if they're in the woods somewhere. Try to find where they are. Hey, Emma! Emma, you here? Emma, yeah, man. Walking around. I actually don't want to be in here after dark. Honestly, I don't want to be out here after dark. It's just really big shirt that I go here. And the horse past dark. So what happens now, I might have to get out. Walk. Find somewhere. Go into the field. They must have went way into the water. I think they must have went out walking. I'm gonna go find them real quick. Let's go find them real quick. They're not. I recognize their vehicle to be Emma. So I'm trying to find her. uh, her dog, her dog, uh, her and the dog, not there. I'm gonna have to go out into the field. You wanna go into that corner. I can rotate them. They might be way farther around, so I'm gonna come around the corner, find them, find where Lucy. I think they're coming up. I know given their reputation in recent years. What is he saying? They're down that water. I'm okay, down. Sat down this way. Fine. Grandma the dog is not just that. Alright. I'm gonna try to walk through here. Emma? Hello? Emma? Emma? I don't think you're in here. You know what? I don't think you're here. You know what I'm thinking? I don't think you're here. Over here. The path is now. I just seen her down here. Emma? Still in here. Trying to look for you. His heart looked familiar. I'm wondering if he's coming in for you. Find Emma. Back there. Find Emma. But I don't see her. I don't see her. The last time I don't think I've ever seen her guys back area alive. I don't see Emma anywhere. Yeah, maybe we should go out to the hill area. Go out to the I don't want to be in here after dark. It's actually getting a little too late for that because it's gonna be dark by the time I get out of there, so I think it might be fair to say but you I might have to go home. So trying to look for her to see. I can't find her. Yeah. I can't find her. Not in this area. I'm wondering if that car's abandoned. I can't do COVID-19 because one, I got banned from Wikipedia. Most people that don't know, you what? This is getting understandable. It's getting too dark to be out here. So I recognize the white car to be Emma. I don't think she's here. But I'm honestly wondering if they did walk up, did they actually take another cab or if I guess Emma? Emma? Okay, I don't think they're here. In my opinion, I would not want to be in here because sometimes I need to go less than an hour, so I'm not going to get out of the store. So I might want to get out of the store because I haven't seen her and her mom, so I figure I'll head back. They say, let's get here. You run into them along the way. I could run into them along the way. And you're just not walking anyway. Or it is not in the favor of the summer unless you actually have a really heavy flood. The leaves. But 2015 would be the year for how bad teams got. How many teams were actually in the tank? Were actually facing tanking situations. Okay. While we were waking up, we were wondering, hey, Dad. No. Let's head back. Let's head back. I want to go walk through like the whole fort. I'm wondering if I'm over getting out of here. Starting to think that they must have did it and went home. I'm just seeing there's no point. I'm walking around here, so honestly, I want to show you guys the whole COVID. So I did the COVID case for the ins and outs of COVID. (2021) through 2022. The height of the pandemic through the peak. Wondering where my puppy is. I haven't seen him in a while because we're starting to get to that time of year where the earlier hours, the later hours you get, I think this is the later you are, you're losing daylight. The very important thing is we are far past that. That the Leafs have not been out of the missed the playoffs since 2015-16, meaning that the Leafs haven't had like a legit bad year since when they last missed in 2016. So basically the question is what's gonna happen with the Leafs if they do miss both of her hit the team. Whether or not do I think the team's gonna tank or David. Because when COVID hit, and part of we were actually home for 2 years, long years. We couldn't do the CNE. We couldn't do very much for 2020. 2021, I guess, it got a little bit better, but it improved in 2021. There were still a lot of issues, but it improved. We improved a bit. Improved in 2021, but there were still a lot of issues throughout 2021. It's why life didn't go back normal. 2022, it really did. So I improved a bit, but there were still a lot of measures, restrictions in place. But that stage, people were getting tired. By wave 4 and 5, that I know started to fall off a cliff. Started Jason how much, but by October, the end of October, how much COVID was rising since 2025 started. But they've been seeing kind of a bit of a fall off since 2023 and has been on a downward trajectory, and that's to do with a number of factors that need to be taken into account. Lack of PCR tests, and given the fact that tests are not coming back as easy, the COVID pandemic and I think it's going to come down to how easy COVID, given the fact COVID hasn't been as widespread as we thought it would. A lot of these numbers have started to show a regression through 2023 of the severity of it has not been as severe. And as a result, these COVID numbers have fallen off a cliff pretty much from that time in January 22 when the ultimate peak happened with Omicron. This is why I wanted to do a reanalyzation of all the case counts for between 2022, see if we actually get back to that area around 2022, sometime later in the year, 2022, around the fall, around maybe the summer or fall of 2022. I wonder if I wanted to go back through the data, go back through that data and find some more. I would also want to do the hospitalizations at the same time. At the same time, also doing some hospital, looking at some of the case count in the hospital, at some of the hospital records too. But we've been getting caught so easy now that I think it's very clear that no one wants this editing, and we should not be doing it on anywhere on Wikipedia. But given the fact that I did it last year, and given the fact I did it last year with a Pirates musical leader, hopefully toward the end of the year I will be able to do that again. But given the fact that I really want to come back here and do another Pirates musical in 2025, I wanted to do one for 2025. I wanted to do one for 2025 and one for 2026, but we're wondering if that time period will be out of question, and I do not think I'm going to be able to find a merchandising job. So at this point, I'm either going to have to start looking at maybe working for the city, kind of working with the city at this point. Maybe merchandising might not really be a thing. Maybe merchandising is probably not going to be a thing. Maybe. Anyway, just how realistic, that makes me question is just how realistic, and given the fact that it still had a lot of time open, and given the fact the channel hasn't grown, it has me kind of wondering if we're kind of stuck between areas here where maybe the channel just isn't working, maybe videos aren't coming out, maybe what's going wrong? Is it the videos that are I'm starting to think that maybe if I'm just releasing video, maybe we can start increasing views and say, hey, we're still active on YouTube. We're gonna do some time lapsing and stuff. But we should grow the channel. Maybe we should not have right now due to how rushed we've gotten into things. I think given the fact we're stuck where we are, right? I don't mean that this is. I think we're kind of screwed here. Meaning, if we're caught moving forward in the future, we could be facing up to a 2-year block, and a potential foundation ban could be in place on us, meaning we can no longer just edit. Not only we can just edit, it might not just apply to the account, it could be banned from the foundation, from maybe going on that property in general, given the fact of not only my situation, but I no longer have the account. I'm locked out. What? Sar's not there anymore. And the Sar's not there anymore, man. It's not there anymore. It's not So pretty much I just missed her entirely. So I'm starting to place the betting odds that the Leafs are probably going to finish seventh. Not seventh, but the Leafs haven't had a legit bad year in like a couple of years, many years. So we're talking about the real possibility here. Are the Leafs in any danger of missing the playoffs again? Are the Leafs potentially in danger of falling out? Because are the Leafs actually in real danger here? And the last couple seasons for this league for the Leafs have not been great based on underlying numbers. The last couple seasons have not been great for the Leafs, and it's definitely not. And we're showing signs that maybe the admins are finally looking at getting more strict, and basically meaning that the sanctions are getting strict, and meaning they could easily catch us more easily to a point where we can honestly get in very serious trouble. And plus, the possibility of a job means we might not be able to. I might have to start thinking about. I mean, I might not have a lot of time if I'm a cat. If I'm doing. I'm not going to have a lot of time to really even do. To do beers and cheers. To do beers and cheers, meaning mainly especially this panel. And if that possibility comes around and that whole summer camp thing happens, given the lack of first aid training and stuff, and given the lack of first aid training because of all my, given the fact that I don't have the first aid training here, but we didn't, and so merchandising is generally, that is well out of my realm of possibility here. But I talked to a few people, maybe try to get me onto the camps and come back again. Because, hey, I give me back and maybe we could actually do it. But I don't think I want to keep doing it. And I don't know if I can. So maybe we can go hiking in that forest again to go up to the, go up to in that hyperfield walk through the path of Dixie again like we did this past summer. But I don't think we're going to be doing that. I don't know if I'm doing that this year because next year, and then back if I'm doing camps, I might not have time to really come up here. Yeah. Yeah. I did in the past with this whole COVID thing. Simply, it just hasn't worked. Simply, whatever it is, just simply was not working anymore. Yeah, the solution for able to realize I think he took that as a solution of the FU, and finally, it got to a point where mismanagement pretty much of the articles is clearly being caused by and mismanagement, resulting in the law. Resulted, and we were wide open for an incident to happen. Yeah, I really love coming up here, but as a result, I don't know if I can, and I'm starting to bet that I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep coming back up here, and I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. and and now makes me think of how realistic 2023 would be, because how realistically we could get this project. Maybe this might be wind up being a thing that might wind up not being completely finished, because they've been so strict as far as, and if we really do something serious, they could honestly take this to the foundation attention, and I could possibly get in big trouble. And I might be in really big trouble, because the Wikimedia Foundation ban not just bans me from Wikipedia, but it also bans me from the property as well. Meaning that if I get caught and this goes to the foundation and they actually put a Wikimedia Foundation ban, I'm essentially trespassed. That now officially, I'm officially means it's a full trespassing order. Not even just, we can't edit, but we are not allowed to come anywhere near the property of it at all. We're not able to partake in any of the sponsored events, meaning we could be caught, meaning because of this situation, this massively destroyed not only my Ontario Tibet references, but potentially everything that we had could turn very, very bad. Of just how fast it took, and after 2 years of this happens, this has to be one of the most sadistic ways to go out on for the community, and I don't think that we can fix this. And I think the situation at this point is so beyond fixing that I don't think even discussing the issues can help. So there's really nothing that we can do. So it's not in my control. I tried appealing it. I tried appealing it through the URS. I think that this foundation is really wanting, is really ready to turn to the government in the event that we threaten security dangers, is to keep going with this. If we keep going at the rate we're going, the foundation's gonna find out. They are they are so beyond done with us. But I'm thinking that turning to that option would probably be. I think a lot of people are saying it might be that time. And I think it was simply a lot of users were probably saying it might be that time. It might be that time. We might next time want to get an administrator to look at this and potentially legally turn to it or force him to it, or or you can either force him to do it or turn to the foundation, turn to the admins for help, because we realize we have broken the fourth wall. Because that breaks the fourth wall. Essentially, man, he's gotta realize that this whole situation has resulted in a lot of problems, and I'm no longer even thinking these Ontario Tibet references are a joke. I think they're very serious. I think these admins are serious about honestly putting something in place on me, meaning, as a result, the whole situation now has definitely became very, very tough and very. So, this is the first month out of 10, so it's 1 out of 10. So, so it means that we still have a long school year to go, so it means I'm hoping to be at least halfway done by sometime this upcoming spring. Because I don't want to get caught. And it's very clear that if I have potentially over real life issues, including camp, including camps, potentially getting that job with the city of Pickering camps, there's a really good possibility here that I might not have time on weekdays during the afternoons to do it like previous years. Unlike if we don't have, and given the fact that we don't have Steve here anymore, unless I wind up in adventure camp, maybe at this point I could be based out here, but I honestly want to be based out here. This is actually a really good landing spot for it because to do it because I love being a Pine Ridge. I love being here with staff. So I love being here. And this is actually a place that brings back a lot of memories to me back to when I was. So I want to actually work out here if I was to do it. If I were to become a camp counselor, I would honestly want to choose Adventure Camp because this is actually Adventure Dance. And this is actually Adventure Camp has. I honestly don't know if I want to, but realistically, working with kids has definitely not been a thing. That would be beyond the expectation that we would have set. And the other very big thing is because of the whole S2010 500 situation and the ban, it might not help with the lifting of it. Because it actually doesn't help with the lifting of the bans because I think that this situation has definitely gotten to a point where it's angered the community to a point where maybe they just have enough of this stuff. I think they want this to honestly stop. But I think honestly at this point the 1 year block is I think really sending a message that you either stop or you really do something very serious and don't even think about considering doing anything serious. We put the foundation in danger. And the reason why they've been doing that is because a lot of people know that stress of cyber warfare and actually had friends return to that. So in the event, this is why I'm thinking like Dylan, like defying a real ban here. Honestly, Chris would honestly really save me. Listen, Dylan. Honestly, I think Chris really does bring up a good point. Maybe people like I'm starting to think maybe more and more maybe Andrew and maybe people like Chris and people like other people like Jeff and Chris are saying probably it might be best that look, I think everybody's probably saying, look, dude, you do not want to get us involved in your situation here. I'm saying, look, I'm very sorry that this has happened to you. I think everyone's probably going to look at me and say, dude, I'm sorry that this has happened to you. There's really nothing that we can do. But there's nothing that I can do for you. So, I kind of feel really defeated as far as why we should have to concede defeat. And admit defeat or actually being legally under the foundation. Yeah. Serious soft puppetry now definitely exposes the weakness of why. So what went wrong? So why is this simply a weakness? But I think there's failures to acknowledge the fact that they were very serious and caught up to us I think looking back, I realized I think I made a really big mistake, and I do apologize to the community for the actions that were taken. But I said, look, I get it that you were not happy with me. I said, listen, I get that you're not happy with me. I said, look, I know, I get why you're unhappy with me right now, but you cannot take these down without people's consent, because that's stealing. And I, I really need to be better as far as being more transparent. That maybe we should be more transparent with people that there is an issue, that there was an issue, and we not take somebody's edits down without permission. Not take somebody's edits down without permission, unless you actually been given granted permission. But if I made a decision that I was not going to, then at that point, and given the fact I wrote an additional message and I made that personal task, I think it was evident that this is more than just an edit war. This was a complete siege. This was honestly going through the topic. So it didn't just stay in one area, normally the free rule, but this edit war was massively widespread through the topic, meaning that the edit war was going all through the topic. So it was evidence that we should have acknowledged that we had issues and I failed. So I made definitely a mistake there. And I said, looking back, I realized I made a lot of mistakes that got us caught. We faced 2 bans. So I've been just yeah. Yeah. I went half, then we reverted, and we got into an edit war. And then we finally realized that IMS 2010 and this is when we realized that we got into that edit war in the first place. And that we ultimately started an edit war, which ultimately led to me finally telling them IMS 2010 and that I'm the banned user S2010 At that point, a lot of people realized, my God, we might have been talking to him. And I think given how older it is, especially this phone here I have is actually old. And I don't know what kind of its lifespan is, but it's definitely old. And the battery in it, if the battery starts bulging out, I need to get the battery replaced. Then I'm honestly getting the battery replaced would need to be a thing. So as a result of this incident, if I start noticing it expanding, but the whole situation got to a point where in my guys, I used to get banned all the time. So we went from a site ban, and we went so far that here I only revert, but we must have reverted so far, too far, that they blocked. That this was enough evidence to issue a block on it. But it was bad enough where I think it was evident that admins needed to look at this. That it was so bad that we got blocked. When I do the Pickering sunrise and sunsets thing again, and on Wikipedia things, now it's just how realistically can we keep doing this? Because if we keep getting caught like this, I don't think that I feel like many times in the future, I might be very helpless, and Andrew is not. Andrew, there's really nothing that he can do at this point, so I've given up on even trying to repeal it. They ain't gonna do shit. Cause they ain't doing any crap. Cause they ain't doing shit. Simply, Andrew's no help. Andrew essentially quit. What the fuck? You know what I see? What I get the hell away from this? You know what? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You know what? Get the hell out of here. Out of here. We're going to go back here. We're gonna go the other way. What the fuck's going on? Somebody get. They need to get the hospital out here. It's actually not safe. Wait, actually, you know what? This is not safe. Honestly, this is not actually safe. If somebody could, so you might want to actually intervene. I don't know if I want to keep walking, but it's actually a little bit dangerous. I don't know if you heard it, but if I see a fight break out, I don't want to. But okay. Look, yo, dude, look out, bro! Honestly, you gotta do something. Hey, I don't know, you might want to do something about this. Like, I don't want to. Oh, don't have. Oh, I don't know if I want to call the police or something. Call the police or something. Like, this is honestly not funny. And I know Shab has had crazy streams like this in the past. This is outright dangerous. I don't think I want to go in that area. You know what? Given how unsafe the situation is, I think I honestly want to go around and actually leave. Should we actually leave? The thing is, right now, those people are not driving safely, and I don't think they're driving safely. And I don't think they're driving safely. And because right now it is looking very unsafe, and I don't know if it's safe. I'm hoping that this stops, because I'm already too early. I don't want to, last thing I need is anybody getting hurt. Is anyone getting hurt out here? It's the last thing we need is people getting hurt out here. So I don't want to have to be telling I don't want to have to be telling the civilians that there are people recklessly driving out here. I don't want to have to be telling the civilians that people are recklessly driving out here. Because I don't want to have to tell, and I'm not claiming responsibility for the actions. I don't know if I want to hold security out here and actually get somebody out here. I honestly would. Yeah, well, if I have done the whole COVID-19 thing and put the references in on another article or went on another article, because if I can go back to that time and honestly say, hey guys, maybe it's not really working, I don't care what we did. I mean, we got choice. I don't know what something's about. Good guy. No one will steer you anymore. All of you guys are in a okay, guys. Don't wanna. I don't want to have to take this down. Because listen, I can't afford. Yeah, I can't afford to take down any of my live streams. I said I love keeping these up, but in a case like this, if it becomes crazy, I don't think I want to leave this up. And the chef had, well, the last time I attended a beer and beer stream, a porn bomber got onto the stream, and we've been having a lot of issues. The reason why we've been maybe having stream for a while is because we've actually been dealing with this issue. And the reason we haven't been streaming for a while with the beer and beer thing is because we've been having this problem. People have been showing up to the stream, and Jeff actually does, and I honestly do not want to get in trouble, especially after what happened with the situation with Wikipedia. I don't want to get hit, and that's the last thing I want. If people were playing around with their cars, I'm really hoping school doesn't get involved, because honestly, I'm very glad and serious closed off. Because if people were playing around here, keep in mind, guys, there are people that walk their dogs out here. There are people that walk their dogs out here. Dogs out here. And I know Emma and her mom and their and Vanessa all too well. And don't want people doing these stunt driving, speed driving things. Someone got killed. Last week, someone got killed on the 401. On the Queenstown 401. And, hey, whatever is doing this, and it's tricky risk reckless, and puts potentially members of the public in danger. I love walking out here, and I want to say this, this whole situation with the COVID-19 references is just ridiculous. It's been 3 years, and it's been, it's now been like 3 years, over 3 years, and I'm starting to think that this whole thing are now at an all-time low. This whole situation is now at an all-time low. So, essentially meant this whole situation has now gone to a point where something within it just changed. But something in this whole situation just completely changed. I got banned from the site. COVID-19 references are taken down. And keep in mind, guys, I'm live streaming because I don't know if because I was ready to honestly just go out through there, and then go through Bev, and then go into Bev Morgan through that way. I was wondering if I would have to go around because the last time I put the COVID-19 cases in the articles, but the problem is that with the school doing extracurriculars, I want to walk out here. Well, I'm really starting to think that Jeff and maybe Chris are right. I think we might want to keep an eye out. Let's go back. I'm gonna put you guys in my pocket for a bit. Hey, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm enjoying my walk up here.
Good. I was walking, man. Love exercise.
Yeah. See ya. I had to hide you guys. Sorry I had to hide you guys. So, sorry I had to put you guys in my pocket for a bit. Because there are a lot of people there and they do not want to be filmed. Dude, God, at least look at you guys, but there are a lot of people walking around here doing this type of stuff. It has to be really dangerous. And I want to make sure I tell these kids that, hey, I honestly want to tell these kids and honestly say, hey, you guys might want to be very careful next time you guys are out here with vehicles. Don't see with your vehicles out here and don't do that because, hey, guys, I really don't be very careful, but there are people that are out here walking their dogs. And doing that type of stuff can be dangerous. And that's why I didn't go over there. Is because I didn't go over there. It's because I was honestly staring right off. We'll walk out that way, circle around Bedmore and through the other side. But I honestly might want to start going out through the forest. Where actually we want to just get out through the forest, go down through the area where I walked through earlier, and then head home, and then head out that area. I put COVID-19 cases in on those articles since 2022, 2020, but since 2021, but ultimately after having a complete falling out with the community, resulting in a falling out, after failures to comply with the rules, we ended up losing trust in the community. And I'm really hoping that those guys would go home and be out here walking, but like, given the fact, should we just end it? Like, should we just end the stream here? Or not, do we just want to end it here? Hey, do we want to continue the stream or do we want to end it here? Because I'm feeling like this could be the worst situation I've been in with this COVID-19 thing in a while. COVID-19 thing? Let me text Mohammed and say, hey, you want to come back on the stream? Huh. Because honestly, people get worried for my safety out here. Why I'm honestly wondering if I want to go around a different area because as we're in that school year where but because the whole COVID-19 thing, I can't edit there now, and because I got banned because of the whole Ontario and Quebec thing, okay, you know what? Let's get out for Bev. I'm really hoping that they're getting out of there. These guys should not be playing with their vehicles. Like, these vehicles. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, get out of there. Go home, guy. People were wondering who I was. And get out of the stream, like, This stream caught them in the act. But keep in mind, guys, those people are actually students here. I get it, but they are not, and this is the type of thing that makes MJ uncomfortable. That makes MJ very uncomfortable. I think they're off the property now, so, but because of this whole Ontario Quebec situation, I really don't bet that we can fix this situation now than when we did last year. Especially after the edit war I got into. You never know who they could hurt out here. But you never know who could be caught in the people who could be caught in the crossfire. Who could be caught in the crossfire. And no, you could be in danger with people who are walking here. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 And this is honestly only early September, so I will be doing the September 15th board meeting, but I'm honestly wondering at this point if this could very well be my final year. If 2023-5 is very likely my final year doing public question period 25-26, because and they abolish trustees. At this point, I might not even do public question period anymore. I would be done. I would say, you know what? Yeah. But the whole COVID-19 thing simply isn't gonna happen, because I got banned. And I got banned. We had to really everything sort of came to an abrupt stop. We ran into some trouble again, and the way we've been getting caught is a major issue. And we need to work on how can we avoid situation like that in the future from happening again. So we're not getting caught in the trolling. Yeah. 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 Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, I'm not changing my horses, but I did change my horse. But when I did the challenge show in 2023, I felt so helpless. Like, how much of that project, all these years of work, which is a waste. I meant over a year's worth of work was just a complete waste of time. I put them all back, and then I ultimately put them all back. But however, yeah. Yeah. But because we're losing daylight now, earlier and earlier, and now the temperatures are getting cold. We're actually starting to get a bit cold. Yeah, I think that the Santa Claus parade is probably going to be my last outdoor stream we do for until next year, until pretty much until we get until early spring, until we get to spring of next year, until we get this upcoming spring. Right now means whoever is getting to a stage now where it's going to start getting cold. Where it's starting to get cold. And maybe if we have a nice day once in a while, maybe we will, but we might rarely do outside streams until this upcoming spring, until we get to spring. But I mean, yes, these editors have been really. So this has been going on for a while now. I mean, this issue I've been dealing with has been ongoing for a while here. So yeah, I've been dealing with this for a while now, and I don't think I tried everything. I tried discussing the issue with them. I tried fixing it. I tried talking it out, stringing it out. Fortunately, I just got to the point where he finally just snapped and said, I'm not, if you're not willing to listen, you're gonna force it on you. And at this point, I think we really triggered. I think we really did something to him that really showed to this community that we can't let you back. And say you're banned from our site and you're probably never gonna get unblocked. And you are probably never getting unblocked again. But the last time I got into a situation like this was when I got caught here, and the COVID-19 pandemic has not been a thing with me. The 2019-20 the pandemic, and this is where we spiked last year. This is where we are now. Hey, this is this year. This is last year. Okay, hey, this is 2020. This is when I had COVID and when we did this whole COVID project thing, I don't know. I have to finish this COVID project, and then 2026. But a lot of people are saying that the AI takeover is supposed to happen many, many years from now, but we're talking like within the next couple of years or so. Meaning that our generation likely is that I think this is probably the last. I'm really finding that there may not really be a need to keep doing coming up here anymore. Now that people like, and I'm really starting to see that like with people like Hope and Jane and Nora leaving. Yeah. Still, I would really want to be coming out here more, but with the fact that we have this incident, and then the fact that we've been caught with this incident in the past, it's officially looking more obvious that to me that the community is very serious and they want to stop movement. Movement is that they do want to, that they really prevent movement and that we do move on. And honestly, the foundation might be wanting to look into this possibility here as a logical option in the event that we do get to the foundation. At that point, we're a security risk. And that we can no longer ignore any threats. And we can no longer ignore it. We have to do something. The admins would honestly recommend it to them and to look into it with the community on that. I would only consider it and go to the community on that. And we're getting to that time of year where the more colder it gets, the more weaker the batteries get. And it's not, I mean, we've been banned for a long time, so there really is nothing that we can do. We've been banned, and I think we've been banned, and I think we need to accept that it's over, and it's been over for a while, and it's now been over. And it's over, and it's been over. I think we need to accept that it's over, and it's been over. And it's been over for since this incident. They should have taken down they should have just blocked the senator right after that September report. And honestly, that may have been stacking for a lot of people. I honestly maybe thinking that blocking this guy and maybe blocking this user might be the best way to maybe get this guy to realize that there are rules. I honestly maybe think that they should have just taken this action like a few months ago. He should have been long banned for this. This is vandalism. I'm just in this whole situation, and that possibility scares a lot of us because this is just a complete insult. I worked so hard on the Ontario Quebec thing. Now it'll only be reeling. And they do this. I did one of the best work that I've did in years. And then they do this. Honestly, I'm considering that to be an insult because I had a lot of work put into the Ontario Quebec. I don't think I can really bet that way we can fix this. It's now 2023 or 2025. Especially with this whole Ontario Quebec situation. I really don't think I can bet way we can fix this. I don't think we have a fix here. Or an immediate fix, meaning that honestly though, maybe that's a good point. Maybe I know I always say that, but I mean you can keep doing it, but you might honestly have to this time. I mean honestly can't this time, but they like to. And if we violate the foundation ban, they might resort to just effectively they might shut us down, like for real. I mean, it might be a good recommendation to make a move on that option. Then they're gonna do so. I think until that happens, I think we're gonna keep trying to do some editing on that topic. But hello,
How you doing there?
doing good? How are you?
You want to do that? I'll check this. She's
Yeah.
hungry.
Yep. All right, see ya. But the whole situation dating back to 2022. Where we stop. I think they're making it very clear. If they don't want us back, is that they're making it very clear that they flat out do not want these references on here. And honestly, we can say a lot of people that don't want to edit there, I say good. If you really do not want to get reverted, don't come here. Unless you want to get reverted, don't come here. But and we've been having a lot of hurdles with this situation until COVID. But now we're long past it. The series is over. Essentially meaning that the series is over. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get reverted again. I really don't think that I can bet a way we can fix this. Especially given the situation that we're under. I don't think that they want to make a move to the abuse filter, but I feel like it's coming like that. They don't want to get strict like we saw with Media Wiki. the media wiki that we're just getting completely blocked on site and denied and blocked on site. Meaning, I think they're trending in that direction toward making it automatically, meaning, yeah. So, we broke the rule, and we completely broke the rule. And now that that trust is broken, I don't think that that way we can fix. And that's the one thing that can you hear me and hear us is that the trust just has not been there. And that the trust just has not been there. And that and that it never worked. And it's never worked. I think it's why we come back to really come back. And now it's come into place. We're losing trust. Whatever it is, this is not working anymore. And whatever we're doing, it's just not working anymore. And simply whatever we're doing is not working anymore. Okay. And whatever what we're doing is just simply not working anymore. Because whatever we're doing is simply not working. So here we don't have the horse, where simply this community is the office. So simply until the next cycle, until it restarts again. Okay. Right. The year is we are getting closer to the September or the fall equinox now. We're getting closer to the fall equinox, so we're starting to lose the warmer weather a bit now. But so really enjoy most of this weather as we get, because come October, this is gonna get really cold. And come November, I think November is potentially gonna be the last month. I think for a lot of us that should know, November is probably the last month. I felt like that maybe this might be the last chance that we potentially have a chance to possibly maintain control of the situation. I think August of 2022 might have been the last chance. It might have been the final chance. But it was ultimately, they were really starting to talk about a community ban, potentially imposing a community ban on us. And given the seriousness of the situation, people were making it made case that, and they made a strong case. They do not want us back, and they're making it back, and they really. So it sucks that we've been bullied into this decision, and I can't do the business with the site anymore. But I don't think that this whole COVID-19 thing works now. Slayer was working a long time ago. I just want to say, guys, the window of opportunity to fix the issue is closed. But now it's getting dark a lot earlier, meaning that I think we're kind of out of that time of year where the daylight hours are so long. And I think now that the weather's starting to get, as a result of that, we are starting, the temperatures have definitely started to cool off very significantly as we get into October. So I think the time of year of pretty much doing these streams might be coming to an end for 2024. And I might want to start thinking about putting an end to the outside streams for this year. Especially as we start getting to October, November, and December. Especially given the fact that we're losing daylight earlier and earlier this time of the year. At this time of year. But since that being early September, based on some of the temperatures in early September and early mid-September, it's only early September, but we are definitely out of the long days of year, so we are losing daylight now earlier and earlier, meaning so we've still had a lot of daylight, but now it's dark. We are in that time of year now where we're in that time now where the daylight hours are just not going to be really that long anymore. I mean, we are losing daylight at having one of our fastest rates we've seen this year. Meaning, now we are under 13. Now we are around 13 hours, meaning we are now under that 13-hour mark. The fall equinox is definitely around the corner. And our local equinox is definitely not that far away, too. Meaning we are losing daylight. Very quickly now. Meaning, come October, sadly now means we're going to be on the other side of where the sun is lower, where the sun is low in the sky on the horizon just before sunset, just barely making it up to the sky. And it's also going to start getting cold out here to a point where it's going to get below. And it hasn't been, but I'm definitely a lot older now than I was. But we are not in a time of year anymore where the daylight hours are earlier or later. I think we're getting to that stage in the year where it's dark earlier, the daylight hours are short, it's dark earlier, and it's getting cold out. It's starting to get cold, and we're already starting to get some very cold air. So we are decreasing, meaning October and November are around the corner, and the Christmas parade. I don't guarantee Muhammad's gonna get there, so no way. I'm not gonna be streaming with Hope, but Jeff and I are gonna be streaming. But Jeff and I are gonna be streaming down at the Esplanade, down at the mall again. But I'll certainly be doing more beers and cheers again with Jeff and everyone during the colder months. But now that since we're kind of starting to see the wind down of the construction season for Jeff, meaning that we should start seeing the frequency of it going back. We should start to see maybe some Uber Eats kind of making a return from last winter. But we have lost so much daylight now that I can't really be out. I don't think I could be out late anymore at this time of the year. In fact, being early December, in fact, being only early September, kind of getting into that time now where we're getting into that time now where the sunsets are getting so early that we might want to start thinking about getting out of here earlier in the night. And we'll be kind of maybe start thinking about not coming up here past dark anymore. But I think September probably will be the last month that we do it when we do these walks. I'm probably not going to be doing these as much frequently. I mean, walks are going to decrease. And I'm hoping to do Beers and Cheers tomorrow night with Jeff and everyone. But this could be my last. And hoping to get up to 2026, get up with Jeff, get up with LC and everybody on panel again, start doing that again more often. I've been doing that a lot throughout this year, and through in and out of 2025. But I'm honestly wondering if we should just stop with it for a little while, because my heart really hasn't been into it, and now that we are in the time of year where, like, in the event the Leafs get off to a slow start, let's just say, and we're getting close to a training camp for the Maple Leafs, meaning that the Maple Leafs season, the preseason, gets started soon, and that means we're into the preseason, and then we're into the regular season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then we're into this year's regular season for the Maple Leafs, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, again until October. But there's really nothing that we can do. We're very limited as far as options. And because the days are so short, now that we're getting to a point where even being out here is going to start getting dark earlier by 7, but we're talking now, we barely have daylight at all, making it how realistic we just. But my God, man, but we are really getting into that time now where, and I think we're getting into it a little bit of it right now. And we are getting into a bit of that right now, meaning the daylight hours. Because I've been walking a lot more, my shoes have been kind of wearing out quicker. But I think that maybe I no longer really see the need to come up here. Problem is, I have these wireless headphones. If I had the cords, I would have been fine. Well, if I had the cords, it would be fine, but I no longer even have the cord. So I no longer even have my cord headphones. And this is only September 7th today, so no, today is only September 6th. Today's day is September the 6th of 2025. So we are halfway into 2020. So 5 years ago in 2020, we were in the height of the pandemic. The height of the pandemic. 5 years later, looking back, I mean, in that time period, if you look back to it, but like, but we lost generally, we lost now 13, we lost 3 hours of daylight from the solstice. We haven't been gaining daylight, and I mean, we are definitely out of that time of year where the daylight hours are increasing. So, we are out of that time of year now. Meaning that we are getting close to winter. Meaning we're closer to winter. And that's another downside of that is we're closer to winter. And we are closer to winter, and it's getting very close to winter. And we are not too far off from winter. From winter. And if we're getting closer to winter, and we're getting closer to winter, and it really feels like we're getting more closer to winter than summer. It's getting cold. We're starting to lose the daylight now. And this is why I say, let's face it, it's getting dark earlier. We don't have the daylight we once have. And this is why I'm really starting to think that maybe we should not be walking out here past October, even if the battery runs out. We don't have the battery to even charge it up. We don't even have the port headphones anymore we can use, so I just feel bad because I kind of feel bad. I feel bad because I feel kind of bad for the community because but I feel bad because hey, but this is only a scenario here. But this is only just a scenario here, the most likely one. If in the event we keep going on the current track, AI could easily wipe us out. But we're only a few years away from that happening, but humanity really only has a few years left. But we're only in the 2020s right now, so we're in the 2020s right now, the mid 2020s. So we're 5 years from where we were in 2020 when we were in the first year of the decade, but we're now past even that year now. So, and COVID is even below 20. We're even below 2020. So, and we're even below that year now. We're even below 2020. So we are far below 2020 levels. now on the PCR test. That's now completely obsolete on the obsolete PCR test. Now no longer reflects the spread of COVID-19 in Ontario, as we are now in a time of year where the days are longer. But today's date is only September 6th right now. So, but at some point, we're going to be going deeper into September. Heinrich is going to start reopening its doors to permits again. We might start getting our outside permits again here. We might start getting some of our outside permits coming back. Permits will start making their way back. Permits will start getting back here. But Heinrich is absolutely quiet right now. But they just got students back. And permits are starting to. So hopefully we should have more people going into the building starting next week. Hopefully we can start getting more people into the building. Hopefully we can get more people into the building starting the next couple of weeks. And then it's going to start getting cold out here, meaning that the frequency of the walks are going to start to drop. I might not do live streams out here anymore. I think that the late night streams are probably over. And maybe my times of doing these walks out here are probably coming to an end. Now that the weather is cold. That the weather now is getting dark earlier, and given the fact that I have taken into account my battery life. Hey, I have to buy it now. Yeah. But the frequency of the daylight days getting shorter is but it was definitely shorter than it was, say, a few weeks ago. But this is more obvious now than it was, I say, a few weeks ago when the daylight hours were long and we had sun up through the late evenings. Now it's like barely even daylight at all at this time of day. Now we're struggling to get home at daylight. Hopefully we're going to be able to see this until about, until about spring, Winter's around the corner. I mean, winter is on the darkness. Winter is definitely on our doorstep, meaning that winter is now on our doorstep, meaning that fall is definitely coming soon. I mean, we're now in like that late summertime where we're not even getting daylight. I think we're technically now in fall, technically given the fact that it's dark earlier. but it's only a matter of time before the fallback. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm with Jeff, but I'm with Jeff for the next while. I'm hoping to start getting back into doing reviews for the next couple of weeks before with Jeff. But we've been dealing with a lot of problems. One of the contributing factors why we haven't been doing the stream. Okay, the reason we haven't been doing the stream is partly just busy, but also we've been dealing with some problems. We've been having some problems with port bombers on the stream and making a nuisance. And I had to run back. Ah! But it's early September. But it's only early September, so it's only early September, so now means that we gotta start staying out less, meaning that we have to start getting home sooner, and it's just gonna keep getting short until the 23rd of December. But okay. I mean, but that whole situation is ridiculous. I don't think I can handle this whole thing. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Because they're capable, and they're warning me, they told me we're capable, we're not afraid of taking action and doing anything we can to survive. Alright guys. Realistically, the DOA hours are getting earlier and earlier, meaning that the DOA sunsets are getting earlier, meaning that the days we've lost 2 hours, we lost, now it would be 3 hours of daylight within the span of a couple months. We were below 14 hours a couple days, a couple weeks ago. So mid-August, now in early September, we're now below 14, meaning that we are training for 12 hours at 12 hours. And I remember that even within a few months. It's actually good sleeping weather. It's actually very good sleep With the it's actually very easy to sleep in the house. It's actually the colder weather is good sleeping weather for me and my family for us. And this is actually good sleeping weather. But the frequency of these walks are going to start increasing as we get into April, late March. Probably we might start doing them again. But I'm hoping that more so we can start to feel a little more comfortable knowing that if the weather is cold, I would not have to worry about putting something on it. But the weather is starting to get cold and it's starting to get dark earlier in the day. And this is only early September, so we have a long way to go, and this is gonna get worse, and it will get worse, and this gets worse. And it will get worse from here. And it's only gonna get worse. It's just gonna get darker and darker until December. Until we get to mid-December. Until mid-December. Until about December. The sunsets are going to be getting earlier and earlier until the beginning of December. Until December, pretty much. So. And this is where we usually kind of bottom out. But, hey, and you're looking at this March and September as we're racing through Virgo. The sun's in Virgo right now, meaning it's going to be in Libra by the end of the month. On the 22nd, which is usually considered the nocturnal equinox. Technically, it's the halfway month in the solar year, meaning that we are below the daylight hours that we were at the summer solstice, where the days were so long that you were able to not have to worry about the hot weather. But this time of year, it's actually better sleep. It's actually better good sleeping weather. It's actually and it's actually easier to sleep in the summertime. It's easier to sleep at this time of the year. Or going into fall and winter it's easier to sleep. Some of the positives about that is but we're only in September, so October is not that far. November is not that far away. I mean, getting for potentially one more of the big live streams. I'm going to be streaming with Jeff. I'm going to be streaming with Travel Fun. I actually get a stream with Travel Fun. Last year at the Christmas parade. So, I don't know how about that. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.